What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here. As you can see, I've been busy building the Babylon Tower of iPhones. But no, I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what's going on right now with Apple. I've had a lot of people ask me, what is going on? Where are your Apple News videos? And honestly, there's been so much to talk about. It's been a little overwhelming. For this video alone, I had to choose a lot of the more important stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about. But let's go ahead and have a brief little moment to sit down and talk about what's going on right now with the iPhone 10, with Apple in general, and even me personally, if you want to hear about that at the end. So little news segment for you guys. So I just want to say I've been working a lot on the iPhone 10. As you can see, I've been pumping out those videos. I've not been this excited about an Apple product in years. Honestly, this thing has piqued my curiosity, my interest. I love it. Every time I pick up my iPhone 10 personally, it's just a joy to sit down and use it. And I'm going to have my full review on it first. It's not without its flaws, and I'll have that out on my channel soon, but the initial impressions are good. But I wanted to tie this in with a new article that was published with an interview with Johnny Ive, and he actually talks about the iPhone 10 and about how right now Apple focused all of its efforts onto building the hardware. They developed a vessel, which would be this iPhone 10, for future software to catch up on. Basically, in the interview, which I would definitely recommend you read, I'll link it down below in the description, he said that even though the software isn't fully there, a year from now, there may be features, a bunch of additions to the iPhone 10 that don't exist on it right now. It will be a constant evolution. And that's honestly a suspicion I had personally. I'm like, there is no way this is the finished product. I mean, there's so many things that are half-baked on its gestures, even stuff that doesn't fully make sense. And I think with time, we'll get so much more features and functionality out of this device. And that's what I love about Apple, is that they will always continue to improve their devices, add new features, support it. Whereas Android phones, a lot of the bigger ones just come out with one or two big software updates and they're done. Apple continues to add new stuff, make it better and better, sometimes worse with software updates, as iOS 11 has shown. But in general, I mean, this article really got me excited for the future of the iPhone, as Johnny Ives is very excited about the potential that this thing has, because the software can make or break a device. And he says that without the software functionality part, this thing would essentially not be what it is. It makes the device what it is. And with time, those software evolutions will make it so much better. And I'm so excited to follow up on that on this channel, see all of those evolutions. And of course, I'll be covering all of it. But if you guys have an iPhone 10, I mean, this is just the beginning. It will only keep getting better. Now, speaking of evolving, I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about this. With the iPhone 10, it seems like it's a half-baked product software-wise. Not everything has been thought out. And as much as I love the software, the gestures, there's a lot of great stuff in there. A lot of it just seems overlooked to me. For example, why on the lock screen are there two camera options, slide or click on this button? I mean, one or the other should be there, and then replace that functionality with something else. For example, Control Center. Why do you have to go all the way up here to the top right to swipe down? It is really frustrating, really annoying when you don't want to use two hands to use your phone to activate that gesture. And that one alone has created a lot of controversy, with a lot of solutions being thrown out everywhere. On Reddit, on Twitter, a lot of developers have stepped in to actually talk about that. And I wanted to discuss some of those solutions with you. But before I do that, I just wanted to say, let me know. I'm making a video about the iPhone 10 and some of the things that Apple should fix on it software wise, things that just don't make sense. Leave a comment with that if you have one in mind. I would love to use it in an upcoming video I'm trying to make. But anyways, some solutions for the Control Center that I've seen, some of the better ones. For example, we've talked about this one in an earlier video. 3D touch on the reachability or the home bar right here and have it be brought down just like that. I've seen another one where you can actually activate reachability, but replace the functionality with a swipe down in order to activate Control Center. I think that would be a very useful one in order to replace reachability, which honestly kind of sucks. Half the time it doesn't even work for me. It's really frustrating. So they should fix that one as well. I've also seen one where they should have made it how it was in the leaks, where basically when you would activate the app switcher, there would be a separate card on the right over here that you would activate the Control Center from. It seems like another extra step, so I don't really know if that'd be the best one, but that one was in the leaks. It never came to be for the iPhone 10. Also, a more recent one from the developer Rambo, actually a 3D touch from the edge in order to activate the Control Center page, which actually seems like a pretty decent solution, but still it's a little cumbersome. It's not a very easy way to bring up the Control Center. Always you have to add force to your display. It just kills the flow, I think, of the iPhone. So the best solution that I've seen honestly online from somebody is that on the bottom right to swipe up in order to bring up the control center, and everything else to be the regular app switcher and closing apps functionality, which honestly I think would work very well because it would match the top, where the top right is for the control center. Basically just reverse the orientations and then have the top be all for the notification or cover sheets up there. So I think that's a pretty good solution to that. Let me know about what other flaws you think the iPhone 10 should fix. And something I didn't think I'd be speaking about so soon, but someone had to claim the trophy, the crown of being able to jailbreak the iPhone 10 first. The iPhone 10 has officially been jailbroken on its first or latest official public firmware, which would be 11.1.1 by Keenlab. So shown off in a demo in a security conference, the iPhone 10 has legitimately been jailbroken. And although it won't be released, this is a private jailbreak. Just the fact that it's possible is a really good sign for other people. So if you guys have any hope to jailbreak your iPhone 10, and I don't know if you'd even want to, but if you would, stay on 11.1.1 or below. Don't update to 11.2 and beyond, because we don't know if those exploits will work beyond that. But if you really just think about it, the possibility of a jailbreak with an organic LED display like the iPhone is amazing. We can do so much more. An always-on display on the lock screen, even a little portion of the display to be a notification light. I mean, with an organic LED display, you can just illuminate certain pixels, and there is so much possibility. A true dark mode that would save you battery life even to use it. Who knows what else, but it's just amazing. And I hope that a jailbreak is released eventually. It would be cool to revive that scene, but it's a community that's hard to please. Everyone is entitled to a jailbreak, even though, they don't pay for it or anything like that. And when a jailbreak exploit is worth so much money, you can sell it for millions of dollars. Well, I don't know about millions, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. If it's dangerous enough to private security firms, why would someone take that and release it to the public, if you really think about it? So Keenlab does not have any intentions of releasing this to the public. It's a private jailbreak, but one can hope that someone else will achieve this and release it. So just the possibility alone gets me super excited. So there hasn't officially been a gate issue for the iPhone. I mean, for the iPhone 8, there was even split gates. That was short-lived, as there were only a few examples. Nothing really came of that. But for the iPhone 10, this thing seems to have been generally unharmed by the gates until now. Over 25 people are reporting a new issue where their display shows banding, green lines just running down the display in many different areas. And it's not just one person. They have not dropped it. They literally open it and set it up, and this just appears. So it seems to be some sort of screen defect where the green pixels light up. And I don't know, getting into the technicalities, what it really is, but Samsung, which makes the display for the iPhone 10, Apple designed, Samsung built, has actually had this issue in the past with their Galaxy phones where pink lines would appear, but they did fix it with an update to the displays or something like that. I don't know what it was, and I'm sure Apple will address this, as a lot of people are actually experiencing this. So if you guys decided to wait on the iPhone 10, not buy it right away, it was probably a good choice. I mean, you skipped all the bugs, not all of them, but a lot of them with the early firmwares and this screen issue, the chances of getting it. So the iPhone 10 is pretty much safe for sale in a couple months, and everybody knows this. When a new device comes out, you don't want to get it right away. Wait for all the issues to be ironed out. And we've had quite an interesting little experience with bugs so far on iOS 11 and the iPhone 10, and there's a new one now. Now, first off, we had the calculator bug where the input lag would give you an incorrect result if you typed it in really fast. Also, the I being replaced by a weird question mark in A bug, which was just fixed yesterday in 11.1.1. Now, a new one exclusively for the iPhone 10 causes the keyboard or screen to become unresponsive when you dip in temperatures. And I've actually experienced this. We don't really have really cold weather, but it got down to like 35, between 35 to 40 degrees outside. And I would go and I'd be in Snapchat typing on my keyboard, and it would freeze, and I would start typing in wrong things, and I wouldn't understand what was going on. And I thought it was just Snapchat, but apparently it's a bigger issue where the actual display is affected by drops in temperature and stops working temporarily. And Apple says it's a software bug, which I hope it is. I hope they can fix that and it's not a hardware defect, but I've personally experienced that. Maybe you guys have too. You're not crazy. You're not drunk trying to type in those letters incorrectly. It's just a software bug with the display. And actually, ouch. I hate dropping the iPhone 10. And actually, the iPad is getting a refresh soon as well in 2018. One of my favorite Apple products will be getting sexier, better functionality in general. So although I love this one, I mean, Apple has to go forward. They can't just stop at a good design. They have to keep getting better. So what's new for the iPad? So first off, this is a report by Bloomberg, and they are saying that the iPad Pro will be getting a major redesign in 2018 to bring it more in line and matching with the iPhone X. First off, the display will be getting slimmer bezels even though the 10.5 did slim those down a bit, even slimmer to somewhat match the aesthetic of the iPhone X. There's no word on whether or not it will be getting an organic LED display, which I think is probably unlikely to happen, but it would be cool on a device of this size. It's just the ghosting, the freeze or burn-in on the display would probably be an issue with a larger display like that. Also, it will be getting Face ID technology, a faster processor, of course, and the first Apple-built GPU in their own product. Also, the A10 or A11X chip will be insane. With the Fusion chip, they're going to do something crazy with that. It'll beat many MacBook Pros even in the Geekbenches, even though it does already. It'll also remove the home button in favor of software controls. Right now, the iPad honestly doesn't even need a home button. You can basically control everything with the software. My control center keeps glitching, stops working from apps, but you can activate the control center, God dang it. Why? iOS 11 has been such a mess. Anyways, just imagine in your minds, without me showing you because it's glitching, the control center swiping up, you open an app, swipe it up to go home. You don't need the home button on an iPad anymore, and that'll finally happen. And a lot of these concepts provided by Vanya Geskin in collaboration with iDrop News give us a good idea of that. It looks sexy, especially with those curved corners matching the edges of the iPad. I think it would be a great device, although I absolutely love my iPad. There's no need to update it. It's so fast, so quick, looks so good. But, Apple can't stop and stagnate. They have to keep moving forward. Oh, and I forgot to say, Apple Pencil will be receiving an update as well. So Apple Pencil 2 with new software tools. I bet it will be more precise, better battery life, stuff like that. Maybe a new color to match the iPad. Just some little changes there. And I'm sure we'll hear about AirPods 2 in the future, because just for now, they've got a wireless charging case. But Apple doesn't forget about these smaller accessories. They really make the experience. Oh, and Apple is doing phenomenal, by the way. There have been so many doom and gloom articles before the iPhone X was released, and Apple is on its way to become the world's first $1 trillion company, just $100 billion away. That is just insane to think about. The value of this company is insane. And I'm honestly proud to be able to work with this company's product for a living. I mean, it's everything that I could have ever wanted as a kid, and I'm still doing it years later. Anyways, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for the Apple news. But if you guys wanted to hear about what's going on with me, just wanted to take a moment to do that. First off, everyone's asking me for a house tour. Guys, I will get there, I promise. I just want the house to look good, set it up properly, make it look good for a first reveal video, and I will get to that. Anyways, what have I been up to? I actually just got gigabit internet a few days ago. It has been frustrating, it's been buggy, but oh my goodness, to finally be able to get 1 gigabit download speeds is insane. Only 40 megabit upload with Comcast. I'm hoping in the future it gets expanded, but it's better than what I had anyways. So if you guys are in a slow internet area, I'm so sorry. It is one of the most amazing things in life to have faster internet. And funny story is, like, when I actually bought this land to build a house, they said that I could totally get 2 gigabit download speed internet and upload. I'm like, heck yeah. I built this house, and then I call Comcast to set up the internet. They're like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. You're not in the proper area for this gigabit internet service. And I'm like pulling my hair out at that point. I literally built this house, bought this land because you guys told me I could. So I was using really slow internet speeds, 250, and now a few days ago they upgraded it, and I'm somewhat pleased about that. So I'm very happy, actually. Anyways, so that's about it with my internet situation. I've just been working on iPhone X stuff. Honestly, pretty happy. It's been raining outside a lot, kind of crappy weather, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Just the latest on the iPhone X stuff, what's going on right now with Apple, and I'm just excited to see the evolution of the iPhone X. If it really will be getting better, iOS 12 should bring out so much more functionality with that organic LED display, and I'm excited to get there. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Peace.